Because you know when a room is listening to you, just listening to you, nobody else, it's when you're holding the room spellbound. And I think if you take 100 people on the street, maybe 10 ever learn to stand up and speak in public. And of those 10, one holds the room spellbound. It's very hard to do. Most people never learn to do it. But you're all going to do it. So we're going to have 3 sessions. If you can all come to all of them, it'd be fantastic. But that's the idea, that at the end of it, you're all going to be able to hold a room spellbound.
I know I have potential to speak, and this is a commitment, right? 3 weeks in a row at a specific time when you have other commitments.
Do you know what? I didn't know what to expect, but I was definitely optimistic. I think I've always wanted the ability to speak in public, to be able to have an idea, but also express it to someone so they have the same vision that you have, and they can run with it as well. I think that's where storytelling comes in.
Can you see yourself one day standing on a stage in front of a packed auditorium, telling your story?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the aim, and these are the stepping stones I'm taking to get there. Yeah.
We're all going to learn. We're going to go through this talk that I've written. It's basically a bunch of movie quotes. I put them all together, and it sounds like a speech. So I'm going to do it now, and then you're all going to learn it. Here it goes. For as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to hold a room spellbound. For me, being able to do that is better than being the President of the United States. You know, there's a book called Death Came Third. Someone does a survey in America and walks up to people in the street and says, "What's your greatest fear?" And you'd think it would be dying, but death came third, for as long as I can remember. For as long as I can remember. Number 1, public speaking. For me, being able to do that, people would rather die than stand up and speak in public. Is better than being the President of the United States. Very good. Give yourselves a round of applause. So Spellbound's a program that I came up with maybe 10 years ago, and the idea behind it is that in 3 short sessions, you go from being maybe terrified of public speaking to being pretty confident and being able to tell your story.
So I know what you're thinking. Am I brave enough to, am I good enough to stand there and talk?
I feel like everybody has a story that they just need to get out there, and so many of us struggle with that. Maybe we don't know what the story is, we certainly don't know how to tell it, but I find that when you empower people to do that, the results are just stunning.
I've always wanted to hold a room spellbound. For me, being able to do that is better than being the President of the United States. My name is Michael. I'm originally from Nigeria. Essentially why I'm here today is I understand the value and importance of being able to tell a story and take people on a journey.
You have to ask yourself one question. Am I brave enough?
I know I have potential to speak, but I still don't know how to maximize it.
Are you? How?
I'm trying to have a better impact and a stronger impact, a more longer lasting impact on the good things that I want to do in the world. So yeah, I think that's why I ended up here.
There are 5 parts to learning to speak in public, and you need to know all 5 of them if you're going to be good. But number 1 is invention. Invention is, what are you actually going to put into your speech? Am I good enough to stand up there and talk? The second thing is arrangement. How do I put my speech together?
Success, it has enemies.
Because you want to take your audience on a journey.
So you can learn to talk and you will have enemies.
But you've got to arrange your speech in such a way you take them on a journey. Third part is what we call style, which is the words that you use, the little flourishes that you bring into your talk. That's style. Number 4, memory. You've got to memorize your stuff.
Are you brave?
Am I brave enough?
Am I brave enough?
You get to the end of one line and you need it to trigger you into the next one. If you do that, you can just keep going forever. See how I remembered where it went? Moment of clarity triggers me thinking. That's right. So I know what you're thinking. Am I good enough to stand up there and talk? Well, you've got to ask yourself one question.
Am I brave enough?
Am I brave enough? Am I brave enough?
Give him a round of applause. Give him a round of applause. You see it's coming together. Number 5, delivery. Delivery is the way you address the room. Delivery is about how you own the room. And I know what you're thinking. Am I good enough to stand up there and talk? Well, you've got to ask yourself one question. Am I brave enough?
I've got a very powerful story. I'm one who is from a difficult circumstances, and my life is as a result of my circumstances. However, if you make the right change and have the right people around you, you can really change your life for good. I believe I'm an example of that. A powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. What drives me, I guess seeing people like me achieve levels of success that I know they're able to do. Not everyone's been handed fair and equal opportunity. A powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. I guess that's the number one reason why I'm here, to be able to tell my story confidently, authentically, in a powerful way that resonates, and use it to inspire.
So there I was, eating my muffin and drinking my coffee, when I had what alcoholics refer to as a moment of clarity. Excellent. What these guys are going to find is there's going to be a confidence that comes with knowing that I can stand up in front of a room and I can tell a story, my story, any story. And he says it twice. The powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. In conversations, they're going to start holding eye contact in a way that they haven't done before, and think and be articulate and be able to speak about what they care about and ask themselves those questions. What do I care about? Where am I going? What will your verse be? And that's just going to play out in all parts of life. That gets you noticed, and that then gets you different opportunities, different doors open. You get to walk through them. The last line I wasn't hearing, what will your verse be? I need to hear it. 2, 3, 4. What will your verse be? The pausing is key. The eye contact is key. Now you own the room.
You want the truth? You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Yes. Yes. And you really got to let it go.
You want the truth? You want the truth?
You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth.
You can really change your life for good. Not everybody is able to see, I guess more important, see that.
All it takes
is 20 seconds of insane courage.
Once you see it, you can be it. And I promise you.
And I promise you,
And I promise you,
something great will come of it.
you know when a room is listening to you, just listening to you, nobody else. It's when you're holding the room spellbound. The powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be?